What is up, everybody? It's the fifth quarter, back at it again after game 4 of the Celtics Raptors Eastern Conference Semifinals playoff series. It's Brian along with Andrew tonight. Well. Not what we expected.
Oh my God. Pathetic. Brutal.
It's just disappointing at this point. I mean, from being 0.5 seconds away from leading the series 3-0 to being tied 2-2 is about as bad as it gets. It goes from
Momentum gone.
the absolute high of a high of just dominating the series, dominating the playoffs to yikes, what happened?
Yeah. It's giving me flashbacks from last year.
I wouldn't. This team isn't like they're mentally better than that. Like I don't. Last year was just. I'm not worried about that, and it's just if they just shoot the ball, if they just make 3 threes, if they go 10 of 35, they win the game.
Oh my God.
It's like 2 of 11 for Brown. He comes after the game and is pissed. He blames himself for the loss. I'm like, this guy's coming out and dropping 50 easily. He does pretty much the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Was a minus 14 on the game. Pretty much the worst player on the floor for the Celtics the entire day. Like, what? What happened?
He had 4 fouls early.
Early. That's a good point. I just don't like. Obviously, everyone's 3-point numbers suck. Tatum 1 for 6. Got to do. 10 for 18 from the field. So he played a good game. He pretty much was the only Celtic who kind of asserted himself. But it's the turnovers for Tatum and Smart here. They both had 5 each. The turnovers were so frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
They were so frustrating. They can't, like, especially in the fourth. Like we started, like it got to a 6-point game, and I'm like, okay. Couple stops, hit 1-3. You hit 1-3, make it a 3-point game. It's a war to the end of the game. Like it is a dogfight. They don't just not hit a 3. They don't even get the freaking shot off because they turn the ball over 3 straight possessions. Like guys, like come on.
It was constant throughout the entire game. Whenever they got a stop, turnover.
Like literally, I was like, I'm yelling at my TV. No. Like every time Toronto shot the ball, no. Rebound. Yes, we got the rebound. Go up the floor. God freaking damn it. They turned it over again. Like, come on, guys. Like when you're getting stops in a close game, you can't just throw it off your foot. Do a stupid cross-court pass that I saw they did the whole game. It's I'm a loss for words, honestly.
Mm-hmm. I'm appalled as to what has occurred in the last 3 days.
2 days. 48 hours, literally 48 hours. We went from Larry Kemba's pass to Tice to being like, they're unstoppable. They played a bad game, and Toronto played as best as they could possibly play, and Kemba just makes an amazing pass. We win the game. Nope, not. And I'm like, okay, they'll come out strong. They're ready. Not. Can't do that. If Rob Will doesn't play 25 to 30 minutes next game, I'm done.
Oh, man, I'm pissed.
Tice, he numbers wise is fine. Like nothing out. 26 minutes, 4 for 7 from the field, 7 rebounds, 8 points. Like nothing's bad. The -10 is what I see, and it feels like he had more than 1 turnover. I feel like.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it's not necessarily his turnover. I feel like every time the ball goes near him, it's a turnover because he's just like clueless. I like Tice, but like he's just not playing well this series at all. And every time Rob Will goes in the game, I swear we go on a run. His energy, the blocks, the way he just slams it down, like he's got to play more.
I feel like he's just a good matchup.
Honestly, because he's like there's really no center in this game for either team. Like Gasol plays, but Gasol sucks. So like
I mean,
that's
he
the
fouled out. So
yeah,
and Serge Ibaka's playing most of the minutes.
Exactly. Like they had Grant. Like I like Grant. Grant gave a lot, 15 minutes, 6 points, played well. Like I have nothing wrong with Grant, but you have Grant in there against Serge because they're basically going without a center both sides. So Grant's your center. When Ibaka's in there, or when Gasol's in there, put Rob Will in, or even when Gasol isn't on the floor, even better because Rob Will can move up and down the floor. He's quick and he's taller than everybody else, and he'll just jump over everyone because he floats. Like,
Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous.
it's very
He
disappointing
should have the most minutes out of the centers for the Celtics.
for
Plain
sure.
and simple.
For sure.
He matches
I'm
up
even close
well.
to wanting to put the Denver Nuggets at 44 points in the first quarter right now.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do game 5. Come out and just shoot the absolute crap out of the ball. That's all
Mm-hmm.
they have to do. Once they hit a couple shots and get their feel back, it's over. Like these last 2 games, they have played terrible and shot terrible, and Toronto barely wins after playing their absolute best. So that's why I'm less worried than I think I should be.
Yeah. It's just frustrating.
For sure. Like there's I just don't have any other words other than it's frustrating. It's kind of like where do we go now? Like who steps up? Obviously Brown has to play better. Obviously Smart has to play better. Obviously we want Rob Will to play more. I mean, you can't ask for much more from the bench. Like they put up 24 points. That's more than they did 24. What do they do?
Yeah,
10. So
something
24.
like that.
24. Yeah. So that's basically all you can ask for them. And it's just you can't have. So Tatum, fine. 24 points, did fine. Kemba only shot the ball 9 times. Did it feel like he only shot the ball 9 times?
Felt like more.
Yeah. Let's get that up there a little bit, Kemba. 9 shots for him. 1 for 6 from 3, 6 for 7 from the free throw line. He's got to put at least 15 shots up. At least. Like Brown took the most shots on the team, tied with Tatum. He was 4 for 18. Tatum was 10 for 18. And then Smart only took 8 shots, was 2 for 8. Just 7 for 35 is never going to win a game from 3. It's just not this day and age. The fact that we went 7 to 35 and we're in it after Toronto made 18 threes, like, come on.
Dominated the paint.
How are we not down by – how do we not lose by 25 in this game? That's why I'm like, okay, we're fine. That's my only glimmer of hope for us.
Yeah, because that was a terrible game. It was terrible. Like
it's after the first, yeah. After the first,
if you play Milwaukee, if you play either of the LA teams like that, oh my God.
I'm Milwaukee at this point. I don't know, but in general,
Oh yeah,
in general,
a regular season Milwaukee team.
Just like the flow of these games has been so weird because I feel like first quarters have been pretty much, other than game one, kind of just throw that out there. Celtics absolutely dominated. I'd love for them to do that in game 5. That'd be great. But
yeah,
since then, won by 3, lost by 1, lost by 7. And I feel like in all of those games, we played pretty terrible. So, but what I was going back to, first quarter, scoring wise, has always been pretty normal, like 30 to between 28 and 32. The second quarters always like die off because it feels like it's going to be like a 65 to 55 like range of points wise. And then today was 49-49. Nobody's scoring in the second quarter. And then third quarter, we come out flat as a dog. In the fourth quarter, I feel like nobody's scoring. Like this game for Toronto was 31-18, 32-19 for their points in the quarter. If we can just put 5 good quarters, or 4 strong quarters together offensively, not have like a slow start to the third or a slow start after the first, they're fine. They just have to play a consistent game.
Definitely.
So frustrating.
It is. It really is.
I thought we were just, we were
Top of the
riding
world.
high. Oh, it was great. It was awesome. Nobody could beat us. I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed off. Who I don't know where they go. What do you think has to happen in game 5? Like, let's start there. What needs to happen in game 5 for them to get the win?
Just I feel like they always get open shots. They always have great ball movement. Just gotta execute. It's really all they gotta do.
Yeah, making shots. I mean,
They have
what it comes
chances.
down to. Yeah,
Tatum, Brown, Smart all had wide open shots.
Tatum
Just
one for
can't cash
six
in.
from three. Kemba 1 for 6 from three. Smart 1 for 6 from three. If they go 2 for 6, all of them, we win the game. Brown shot 11 threes. That's not his kind of game. 2 for 11. Jaylen
No.
Brown, he is a good 3-point shooter, but his game is not shooting 11 threes. I'd rather have Tatum or even freaking Smart taking 11 threes. Because if he's taking 11 threes, he's making them. Because that's hopefully Marcus Smart's taking 11 threes because he's feeling it. So I know Brown was trying to shoot his way out of it, like that little stretch in the fourth where he took like 5 in a row in like the span of like a minute and kept bricking it, and then finally hit the one where Anunoby just ate the floor. Like I was
Yeah.
like, oh, he found it, and then he hit the one in the corner with like a minute left. I was like, oh, good for you, man. You hit your only 2 threes of the game.
Yeah. Too little, too late.
Exactly. They need to obviously just shoot the ball better, come out like hot. Don't let Toronto taste the lead early because this team pisses me off. The way they play, Kyle Lowry, like his facial expressions and like the way he like carries himself on the floor is
Pathetic.
makes me sick. Nick Nurse like complaining
Oh
after
my
everything.
God. I
Brad
hate
doesn't
him.
like. Brad gets mad 2 or 3 times a game when there's like a bad call. He does his like he like claps his hand really hard or whatever. That's basically all he does. Nick Nurse does like a confused like whiny baby face the entire game.
Oh yeah, it's so annoying.
And the other thing,
I'm sick of him.
I hate that guy. He's awful. Game 5 is on TNT. If Stan Van Gundy is calling the game,
My God.
I'm listening to the radio. I'll watch the game, but I will be muting the television and listening to the game on the radio because that guy might be the most annoying person on the face of the planet.
By far the most annoying voice on television. Hate him.
Since when did he start doing games? Like the bubble? He never did a game before the bubble. Like his brother's fine. Jeff is fine. He is annoying as well, but not as bad as Stan. When he did the Marcus Smart, it's getting annoying seeing him flop all over the floor. This is bad watching him flop over the floor. I'm like, dude, shut up. Kyle Lowry flops. Oh, that's a good way to sell it there. Lowry sold that one well. Dude. He didn't even get touched and just arms goes falling back. I hate he's what loser. Brutal though. ESPN Game 6. That's a plus. We got to look forward to that. Something to look forward to. No
What's
Stan.
Game 7?
TNT.
Oh my God.
We're 2-0 on ESPN this series. 0-2 on TNT. I hate TNT. I've always hated TNT. I swear we always lose on TNT. Yeah.
Sad times.
Sad times. Really, it is. It's stressful times. It's hopeless times. It's I don't even know.
It's just a sigh of depression.
Except I keep going back to this. Like, see, the problem with the bubble is basically the team who wins has the momentum. Like, there's no like, oh, we got to go back home to our crowd. We instantly have the momentum. So, like, technically, we just lost our 2 home games and we won the 2 road games. In reality, if these games were at home, we would have been down 0-2 in the series and probably be tied 2-2 after winning 2 games at the Garden. Like,
I would say 3-1.
3-1 us or Toronto?
Us.
Oh, okay. I mean, I would hope.
They won in Toronto, so.
On Christmas. I mean,
on Christmas, so.
I mean, we put game 1 if we played like that in real life, in like non-Corona, like they would have won just as big. They just game 5. They need to come out like it's the last game of the season, because if they lose, it's going to be the most depressing loss, I think, for us. I mean, Game 7 2018 was pretty brutal to lose because we lost by 8, put up 79 points, and definitely shot the worst of the entire year. So that's like kind of almost the equivalent of this, where you should
Yeah.
have won and just lost because you could not put the ball in the hoop. You didn't lose because the other team outplayed you. They didn't really outplay us. We just couldn't score.
Yeah.
A loss
And
in game 5 would hurt a lot,
mhm.
but it won't happen because they're going to win.
Yeah. Well, at least Tatum dunked on Braun that game.
See, that's the other thing. Like, we had no expectations that was just a total like historic like underdog run that
Mm-hmm.
no Kyrie, no Hayward, like it was just the rookies basically going out there and winning playoff games and then completely choking under pressure in game 7. This time they won't choke under pressure because they're the better team and they're going to win. And we have to think that way because it's going to happen. And
Mm-hmm.
at least the Lakers lost.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different this time. I was a big Portland fan. I hate both of these teams with a burning passion, so it's hard to root for Houston. Like, it's really hard to root for Houston. But, I mean, they actually have 2 top 10 players. I wouldn't say, close enough. 2 top 10 players in the league. So,
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just rooting. I'm not rooting for Houston. I'm rooting against the Lakers.
exactly. But, like, it's so, I hate, like, watching that game yesterday. It's such bad basketball. They just chuck threes and brick them, and like they don't play defense. Hughes, like after the game, like Houston actually played decent defense, but then Harden's like saying like they win because of their defense. That's how they play basketball. I'm like, that's just like the opposite of how you guys play basketball. Yeah, they played decent defense, and somehow Davis didn't score against PJ Tucker, which I mean seems ridiculous to me. But
Mm-hmm.
go Clippers, I guess.
I don't even know. I don't even care. I
At
don't
this
care
point.
either.
It's like maybe the Bucks can win like 2 games just to give the Heat some stress. Like I like at this point I'm pushing for the Bucks to win. They're not going to win the series, not a chance. But if they could send it to 6, just to send it to 6. Except now,
That's huge.
see, it's huge, and now see this our series is going to go 7. Eastern Conference Finals isn't going to start until the West is at least in game 6 for those series. So, or assuming the Celtics win the series, would you rather have Miami win tomorrow and sit on not playing for a week and a half?
No,
No, you'd rather
just
them
because
play more.
I'd rather them play more because I don't want them on an 8-0 start to the playoffs going into the Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, there's pros and cons both ways. So
Yeah.
well.
I just think that as the underdog, everybody counted them out. They believe in themselves, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't want them winning their first 8 games, and that they need to get out of their rhythm. I don't care if it's 1 game. I don't care if it's 2. They just need to get out of their rhythm,
Exactly.
out of this little run.
You see, Giannis is on the injury report now. He's questionable.
Yeah.
What a loser.
He's playing. He's
He's
playing.
he's gonna play. He's gonna pull a Durant though. Go to the team you lose to. What a
Yeah,
loser.
he's going to Miami. He's going to Miami.
What a loser. Here, I'm just gonna get swept and then go to the team that I lost to because I mean, Milwaukee sucks. Milwaukee looks like 2018 Milwaukee, like 7 seed Milwaukee. That like it's the same team that the Celtics won 7 against, but they're just Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to them. It's funny. Well, we're on to game 5.
Mm-hmm.
Series tied at 2.
Games 3 and 4 in the rear view.
Best of 3. Best 2 out of 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's stressful thought, but gotta believe. You just gotta believe.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Nope.
Well, Celtics lose game 4, 100-93. Series is tied at 2. Game 6. Game 5 is at 6:30 on Monday. Hopefully Stan Van Gundy is not calling it. And yeah, thanks for listening, and God freaking damn it.